have no care, the world's still turning and the culprits ain't fair. Wife and the dog haven't picked anybody all day. Count your blessings instead of your cares. Count the seconds instead of the years. Keep your back to the wind, hold up your chin, cause life is a beautiful thing. Life is a beautiful, life is a marvelous, life is a pretty cool thing. No matter how you look at it, it's yours to choose. See rose to the glass or stew in the blues. Don't search like the devil to find somebody to blame. Take what you give and make the most of each day. Blue is beautiful, but so is grey. It's all just a farce. Cover your arse, cause life is a beautiful thing. Life is a beautiful, life is a marvelous, life is a pretty cool thing. You can wake up in the morning in a foul mood, linger on the toilet and worry and brood, or climb to the top of the mountain to watch the sun. You're gonna be dead for 10 zillion years, so don't you worry, don't shed no tear. Just pull up your pants, take a big chance, cause life is a beautiful thing. Life is a beautiful, life is a marvelous, life is a pretty cool thing. Nobody knows what's coming after this. Can be sugar and honey or one big mess. Dance with your lover, kick up your heels and shout. We'll be all screwed up when we all find out. Heaven's on earth and now we're all shut out. So pull up our blinds, open our minds, cause life is a beautiful thing. Life is a beautiful, life is a marvelous, life is a pretty cool thing. Life is a beautiful, life is a marvelous, life is a pretty cool thing.
How's she going? How's she going on it, yeah? How's she going on it? How's your boots? How's she going on it? How's your boots? Got her skull. Listen here, scout, that's a dancing, knock her bog and a slog. To the aching belly banger, damper dogs, funnel bonds, frozen over rosy eggs, a 10-pound maul. Lungers and fences, snakes and barbering horns, and catching off the bums, rush the kitchen, catch the old mow dow. Coopy down and have a quad, blowed up, ouch, outdoors, jars and saddlebacks, and dancing, raving, cheesely, matter of fact.
And they say we talks quare, mine now.
My cripers copacetic. My cripers copacetic, everybody. My cripers copacetic, everybody. Mine now. Listen here, scout, that's a dancing, knock her bog, and a slog, and a toothy ache, and belly banger, damper dogs, and funnel balls, and frozen over rose, it takes a 10-pound maw. Lungers and fences, sticks and barbering horns, and catching off the bums, rush the kitchen, catch the old mow dow. Coopy down and never quite blowed up, bounced out, daughters, chairs, and saddlebacks, and dancing, raving, cheesely, matter of fact.
And they say we talks quare, mine now.
Guaranteed. Guaranteed sure thing. Guaranteed sure thing. Waterloo. Guaranteed sure thing. Waterloo. No, I know. Listen here, Scout, that's a dance, a knock, bog, and a slog, and a toothy kick, and badly banger, dapper, douse, funnel buns, frozen over roads, a kicks, a 10-pound mouth, lungers, pinches, sticks, barfing horns, catching up, bums, rush, kitchen, kotsky, old mow, dow, goopy down and never quad, mold up, bows, dout, door to chest, and title backs, and then turn, read them, cheesely, matter of fact.
And they say we talk square. I know.
All right, boys, now you know the words, sing along. Here we go. How's he going down, Nicky? How's your boots? Got a skull, my piper couple said they get a mud in mine now. Guaranteed short thing, what a slow, no, I know. Man, now you don't swell up and break out in corner, bro.
Holly go boss and dolly go boss, and there goes Bridget on top of a horse.
Oh, gee, bed note, Ray, oh man, you spoil my song.
When the moon was full and the tide was high, old stuff would drift ashore, and the wind from the east would drive that stuff right up to the door. We dabble, run and splash and jump and push and pull and roar, and right in the middle of all that stuff was Baxter's General Store. With a bottle of crush and the old back bridge, you could hear the ocean roar. No, I won't forget those good old days at Baxter's General Store. There were ginger snaps and bicycle pumps and old brown bags of nails, oilskin pants in union squares and wide enamel pails, lunchbox, piss pots, beach rocks, matchbacks scattered all about, tobacco plugs and cigarettes and a cat that wouldn't go out. With a bottle of crush and the old back bridge, you could hear the ocean roar. No, I won't forget those good old days at Baxter's General Store. To the eyes of a kid, the world was big with mysteries galore. Every time you shoved your feet in your boots and ran right through the door, robins, gulls and snipes and crows, peachy birds and loons, stern stoats and bumblebees, and a smile on the face of the moon. With a bottle of crush and the old back bridge, you could hear the ocean roar. No, I won't forget those good old days at Baxter's General Store. When I look back at the things that made me what I am today, I can't forget the old green shop looking out across the bay. I guess we didn't have that much, but we didn't feel that bore, while sliding down the Oast Coast Trail on the bridge to Baxter's Store. With a bottle of crush and the old back bridge, you could hear the ocean roar. No, I won't forget those good old days at Baxter's General Store. With a bottle of crush and the old back bridge, you could hear the ocean roar. No, I won't forget those good old days at Baxter's General Store.
everything is sexual. She's a sexy little thing, expresses her sexuality by wearing lots of rings. Rings in her navel, her lips, her tongue, her eyes. She glows like the sun in the evening sky. They're made from gold and silver, copper, brass and steel. Her body's all peppered from her eyebrows to her heels. She looks like a cushion that was skivered full of pins. Sometimes she looks to me just like the Lord of the Rings. Rings, body jewelry, yes, rings. Oh, she can't fool me. I'm in love with my lady full of studs, my lovely little lady of the rings. She loves to lie out naked, baking in the sun with the glitter from the metal. Well, she thinks it's lots of fun. I'm scared for her safety, so I have to stick around. I'm afraid someone will steal her and go melt her down. Now there are disadvantages from wearing all that stuff. She has to stay at home and she finds it kinda tough. She can't get through security, so she never flies away. She'd end up like a tourist down in Guantanamo Bay. Rings, body jewelry, yes, rings. Oh, she can't fool me. I'm in love with my lady full of studs, my lovely little lady of the rings. I was thinking of proposing, getting married in the spring, but Lord, jumping dies, there's no place to put the ring. I tried to convince her to trade in some of the gold. She's probably worth $1 million and just 20 years old. Her jewelry is peculiar, but her name is also rare. Her mother named her Crystal and her father's name is Lear. Her middle name is Shanda, to you I'm sure it's clear. My lady of the rings is known as Crystal Chandelier. Rings, body jewelry, yes, rings. Oh, she can't fool me. I'm in love with my lady full of studs, my lovely little lady of the rings. Rings, body jewelry, yes, rings. Oh, she can't fool me. I'm in love with my lady full of studs, my lovely little lady of the rings. My lovely little lady of the rings. My lovely little lady of the rings. Deborah the Flagman, standing in the sun, tanned on your face and arms and shoulders. Deborah the Flagman goes to work at 6 a.m. It's 14 hours before your shift is over. Deborah, Deborah, on your feet there every day. Are you making enough to feed your kids that way? What do you think, standing in the wind and the dust and the rain? Do you ever feel like quitting on the day that you get paid? Deborah the Flagman, you work 6 days a week. Sundays off, the things don't get behind. Go to work in April or May if spring is late. When you're done, it's almost winter time. Deborah, Deborah, on your feet there every day. Are you making enough to feed your kids that way? What do you think, standing in the wind and the dust and the rain? Do you ever feel like quitting on the day that you get paid? man and drivers pass you by. No one knows the burden on your shoulders. You count the trucks and cars and you catch the driver's eyes, but no one counts the years that made you older. Deborah, Deborah, on your feet there every day. Are you making enough to feed your kids that way? What do you think, standing in the wind and the dust and the rain? Do you ever feel like quitting on the day that you get paid? Do you ever feel like quitting on the day that you get paid?
the light and I'm off. Turned cartwheels across the floor. I was feeling kind of seasick, and the crowd called out for more, and the room was humming harder as the ceiling flew away. I called out for another drink, and the waiter brought a tray, and so it was that later, as the miller told his tale, that her face at first just goes to me turned a whiter shade of pale.
She said there is no reason.
She said there is no reason.
And the truth is plain to see.
And the truth is plain to see.
But I wander through my playing cards.
I can wander through my playing cards.
And I would not let her be.
But I would not let her be.
One of 16 Vestal Virgins.
One of 16 Vestal Virgins.
Who were leaving for the coast.
Who were leaving for the coast.
And although my eyes were opened, they might just well have been closed. And so it was that later, as the miller told his tale, that her face at first just ghostly turned a whiter shade of pale. Buddy Wasisname, folks. Yes, fine.
Well, a big party chainsaw, go to drink my beer. A couple of dozen games of darts, 3 or 4 times a year. Sort me nuts and bolts, sharpen up my knife. Escape from the youngsters, the TV and the wife. In me shed, me lovely little shed. Might as well get a Chesterfield, a toilet and a bed. It's the only place where I can go and tinker with my toys. Go and find solitude with a bunch of ugly guys. Well, the smoke goes up the chimney, a signal to the boys. They all invent excuses and they show up like the flies. We stand around discussing the deeper things in life, like the beauty of a piston or the marvels of a trike. In me shed, me lovely little shed. Might as well get a Chesterfield, a toilet and a bed. It's the only place where I can go and tinker with my toys. Go and find solitude with a bunch of ugly guys. There are meaningful activities for men to all enjoy, like the sharpening of a box saw or tying up some plies. To justify your shed time, keep quality in life. You build a coffee table just to satisfy the wife. In the shed, me lovely little shed. Might as well get a Chesterfield, a toilet and a bed. It's the only place where I can go and tinker with my toys. Go and find solitude with a bunch of ugly guys. And I got to say she's beautiful, men will all agree. With her arse to the wood pile she faces out to sea. An oil drum wood stove, a hole for the mouse, and 1,000 little treasures that got banished from the house. In the shed, me lovely little shed. Might as well get a Chesterfield, a toilet and a bed. It's the only place where I can go and tinker with my toys. Go and find solitude with a bunch of ugly guys. Tea break. If the wife ever threatens and forces me to choose between a marriage or the shed, either way I'm going to lose me tools and me buddies, or me wife and our bed. I guess I'll have to leave it all and move to me shed. In me shed, me lovely little shed. Might as well get a Chesterfield, a toilet and a bed. It's the only place where I can go and tinker with my toys. Go and find solitude with a bunch of ugly guys.
running wild and recklessly across the frozen pond. The cold wind nipping at our backs, urging us along. At 3 o'clock we're out of school, and 1:30 we are gone. Past the hill behind the school to Dogberry Pond. Slipping, sliding upside down and turning inside out. We sing and scream and laugh and squeal, curse and bawl and shout. Knowledge spawned on frozen ponds could not be found in books. We learned more staring through the ice at the bottom of the brook. And Jerry, do you remember those cold days in mid-December? Heather, can you piece together all those moments we were young and wild? When school was out, we'd swim and trout when the days were hot and long. We'd hang out by the beaver's dam and sing old foolish songs. Lily pads and silly lads, clothes hung in the trees. We'd swim and splash and dip and dive, careless, wild and free. As long as we came home alive, limit was the sky. Youthfully, romantically, we'd soak up every joy. Girls and dogs and clouds and frogs, mine goes on and on. Summers, winters, springs and falls on Dogberry Pond. Terry, do you remember how the summers went on forever? Sheila, I can still see you in all those moments we were young and wild. And Jerry, do you remember those cold days in mid-December? And Heather, can you piece together all those moments we were young and wild? In all those moments we were young and wild.
Everybody was staying home, didn't matter rain or shine. TV's on and radio's blaring, computers all online. It seemed like everybody I knew who used to beat around was staying away from the world like they had dug a hole in the ground. And the sun didn't know them like mushrooms growing in the cold recesses of the woods, like creatures out of George Orwell, like pickles that are no good. They never called to see how I was, and they never went out for a beer, investing in their future instead of living in the now and the here. Oh, the lights are always on, can't see the stars and the moon is dull. Electricity changed the world. Seemed like everybody I knew didn't really want to know me. I'd go walking with their dogs where once they walked with me. So imagine the surprise when out with the lights in August '03, and the whole of Central North America went outside to see. The subways stopped, the buses and cars slowed down for want of fuel. People conserved, did their bit, went swimming to stay cool. Neighbors started asking, how are you, and I hope you're doing well. And did you rest, or was it too hot, inquiring after my health? Oh, the lights had all gone out. Out came the stars and the moon was bright, and that changed everything. Oh, what a break that one weekend, the walking didn't hurt. We all slowed down and realized there was more to life than work. But the power's restored, the rooms are cool, and the lights have come back on. People have resumed their lives, but the memory lives on. People still want to say hello, I hope you're not too hot. The world has heard it, everyone back to their occupations and jobs. But still on the buses, the subways, and on the crowded city blocks, a few reminders of the brief dark age are heard in kind remarks. Oh, the lights had all gone out. Out came the stars and the moon was bright, and that changed everything. Now old friends will call me up and say, let's go for a beer. And we walk the dogs or go for a swim, but I know that it's still here. That old foe, that old friend, that enslaving double-edged sword. Now that we're here, we can never go back. Electricity changed the world. Oh, the lights are always on. Can't see the stars and the moon is dull. Electricity changed the world. Can't see the stars and the moon is dull. Electricity changed the world.
Boys, remember the big power blackout? Ontario, Quebec, 2003, August. Remember that one? Upstate New York, Connecticut, them places, right? The big power blackout, right? The big one, right? That was me. Yeah, I'm not saying I pulled a dirty big switch or nothing like that, but I was responsible in an indirect way. I mean, not me so much as my barbecue, Oh yeah, no ordinary barbecue, boys, what we call a prototype, Oh yeah, I've been working on them, Because I got what we might say a sort of a rocky relationship with barbecues. I mean, I've tried everything, Tried everything from high batches to hot water tanks cut in half and welded up on steel pipe legs. I mean, I've tried the works. I've tried it all, right? I remember my first propane rig, Very good year one, summertime, very good. Did the job, I did the job, all right. So I put the cover on her, put it away for the winter. Went to look at it next spring. Where the burner was, there was a little pile of rust in the bottom. Now, I knew the bugger was going to rust out. They said it was going to rust out. It was only a matter of time. I just did not expect it so quickly. But fortunately, I had purchased another one, a spare one. I put that one in, cut the bugger afire. Then the cover snapped with a dirty big snap, and then large chunks of lava rocks caught fire. The forelegs rusted out from underneath it. The bugger fell down and burned down my patio deck. Not to be defeated, boys, not to be defeated. I went looking for parts. At the parts store where I bought it, they said, "I'm sorry, sir, we're not making that model anymore. Would you consider buying a new one?" I said, "You're not getting me that easy." I went home, and what I couldn't make up, I scrounged up. I cobbled something back together. Then I went to get the propane tank refilled. And you know what they said to me? "I'm sorry, sir, that propane tank is outdated. Would you consider buying a new one?" I said, "You and the barbecue boys is in this together." The whole works is a big make-work project for Mississauga. And God forbid we should ever stop buying the 900,000 barbecues that they're turning out of Mississauga every year, because if we do, the boys up there will be out of work, and they'll be down in Newfoundland looking for jobs, and we don't want that. See, boys, I mean, I've tried it all. I've been working on it, right? Because what do you got? A barbecue, What do you got in a barbecue? Anything to fry a pig or a cow, and preferably in the shortest period of time possible. Right? Why? Because cooking time equals beer drinking time. You take the average barbecue at my place, I think would be pretty much a standard issue. 17 siblings. The wife's 17 siblings comes over. They're all standing around. They're all standing around. They got 34 offspring. Everybody wants their steaks done differently. Everything from still living and the blood still coming out of it, all the way to something that resembles a meteorite that entered the Earth's atmosphere at light speed. You're catering to their individual needs and wants. Meanwhile, they're hitting your beer. Whop, 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 whop. It was getting so the average barbecue at my place was costing several hundreds of thousands of dollars in beer alone. I had reason wanting to cut down the cooking time. Cooking time equals beer drinking time. Cut down one, you cut down the other. See? It's a mathematical equation. See? That's what it is. The whole thing sort of struck me one evening when I was watching the space shuttle taking off from Cape Kennedy. See? I only had a small TV now. But it was easy to see that was one just big flame coming out of the arse of that machine. I went over to my computer and I Googleized her on the internet and got some statistics. And it turns out the space shuttle is 4.5 million pounds on takeoff with her boosters attached. They slings her 600 kilometers up into the sky, doing a speed of 17,321 miles an hour. Now I said to myself, like you would, boy, if I could concentrate all the heat energy used to put 4.5 million pounds, 600 kilometers up in the sky at a speed of 17,321 miles an hour, if I could concentrate that on a cooktop, right? How fast could I cook a steak? Just a mathematical equation, for want of a calculation. Now I worked it out. It works out to be well done as about 1/10,000th of a second. And And then the vision occurred to me. A unit, for want of a better word, down in the back garden. And you wouldn't go near the unit now, boys. You wouldn't go near the unit. You'd stand behind a concrete barrier, you know what I'm saying, eh? And you sort of use a titanium rod. You put your stake on the end of it and you reach it out, like, and you don't put it through the flames. You only gotta show it to the flames. You reach it out, and you haul it back. Well done, you stick one on around. Well done, you stick I could see 17 stakes in about 34 seconds maximum. I mean, the brothers and sisters wouldn't get a chance to pop the top on a single Black Horse lager before I'd have a stake shoved in their face, you know. And when you start thinking like this, you gotta buckle down, seize the opportunity, and design it, which is what I did, and I had a prototype manufactured, well, say, fabricated is a better word. Big slab of granite, 9 feet long, 3 foot thick, with a hole in the center for a booster rocket to go up through it, you know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, you got a big slab of granite on the back with 2 big ones on the side, all for deflecting heat and concentrating it. You know, let's just say, at 13 tons, it's not portable. Your buddy's coming to your place. And the wife started getting on my case about the money I was spending, eh? Oh, yeah, the wife. Oh, yeah, getting on me about the money I was spending on this. Like I said to her, look here, old dear. That is not an expense. That is an investment. And it's going to pay off. Because what do women know about barbecuing anyway? What do the women know about the barbecuing, boys? Nothing, right? Nothing. You take my wife, for example, right? Wakes up first thing in the morning. She don't even open the curtain, see what it was that was striking and building up on the side of the house, going horizontal all night long. She don't even bother to look and see what kind of misery is coming out of the sky in bucketfuls. She rolls over. The first thought comes out of her mind. Great day for a barbecue. And he knows where you're going, eh? You know where you're going. You're not going to fight it. You're going out to the barbecue. Right? And what are the women doing during the barbecue? I'll tell you what the women are doing. I'll tell you what my wife and her 7 sisters is doing while I'm doing the barbecue. They're inside listening to Julio Iglesias or Yanni tapes and getting all runny over foreign singers and making the salads. Oh, yeah, there's the big one, eh, boy? Making the salads, breaking off a piece of lettuce, putting it under the tap and slinging around a bit, eh? And drying it off, eh, boy? Wipe it there and put it down, put it on a plate and get the old cracky, squirty juice and put on the top of it. Down the line she goes. Another one done. That ought to qualify you for workman's compensation when the repetitive strain starts to build up, eh, boy? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Meanwhile, what are we doing? Man, we're outside. We're doing the barbecue. We're doing the barbecue, and we're doing it well. Sometimes we are overachieving. As was the case this particular time. The one I'm talking about anyway, boys, I mean, there are some things on this planet that despite my thorough and extensive education and research, I have underestimated. And the heat generated by liquid oxygen / nitrogen rocket fuel is one of those things. It's one of those things. I know the bugger was going to get hot. I know he was going to get hot. You can't force 25,000 gallons into a sort of a 10-inch rocket booster under extreme pressure without generating a little bit of heat. I just did not realize how hot it was going to get. The big unveiling came, eh? They was all there. The 17 siblings, they were standing around. You know. I hauled off the 18 by 24 foot tarpaulin cover. There was a general jaw-dropping gasp. And a big chorus of, well done, like that, eh? By which I took to be consensus on how they wanted their steaks. Well done it is, I said, and I walked around and I opened up the fuel valve. And I went around to the front of the unit where I got a control knob on her. Control knob, 3 settings on the control knob. Cremate, crucify, and oh Lord, geez, get clear of it. Yeah. I put her up in the middle range there for a well done, you know. And then I hit the sparker, right? Click! But nothing happening. Click! Nothing happening. Click, click, click! Nothing. Click, 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 click. And the reason nothing was happening was written right on that sparker. Made in Mississauga. Oh, Lord, suffering will
will Mississauga not leave me alone? I shut off the fuel valve and went inside to get a match. Now, I was only gone a little while. I noticed when I was going in that there was a vaporous cloud coming out over the unit and sort of permeating my garden at ground level and going beyond into the woods a bit. I never paid much attention to it, eh? Meanwhile, while I was gone, one of the brothers, the one who was into that alternate new religion there, the Church of Greater Tax Consequences, dubious tax breaks or something, one of those things. He was smoking a joint, eh? Part of his religion, eh? He got to be bombed all the time, you know. He was just finishing up, apparently, and he gives the butt a flick in the general direction of the unit. Let's just say he saw the light. Holy smoldering arseholes, boys, I'm going to tell you. Nagasaki had nothing on it. Hiroshima, here we come. August 13th, 2003, the temperature in Newfoundland went up 9 degrees overnight. That was my barbecue. When the heat wave struck the mainland, oh man, they put up a smog alert, and that was not smog. That's what was left of 17 steaks on me vinyl siding. Everyone in Ontario and Quebec, they hit their air conditioners, and that's what took down the power grid, and I'm sorry for it, okay? I'm here to apologize. But I had bigger things on back in the ranch. No time to think. I come out the door. Lord, he jumped nines, ground zero, scored skirt. The shingles on me ship was rolled up, eh, boy? The foliage was blown off of my raspberry bushes. I looks down over the side of the deck, and there they were, 17 of them, not a stitch of clothing left on their bodies. Nothing left but the rubber on the bottom of their sneaker boots, and that was still smoldering. Even their frizzies was blown away, eh? I did what I could. I offered them a beer. They never had a vocal cord left in them to accept it. They had a scotch to them or something. They all turned and left like he wasn't coming back. There was an X-ray of every one of them left on the side of my house. Not a minute later, the wife was out looking down over the side of the deck. Is the meat well done, dear? I said, well, it depends on what meat you're talking about. I said, your crowd went home. I said, but the investment just paid off.